Hello, welcome back to Wholesome Parenting. My name is Betty. So, as a parent, your child is automatically looking up to you as their role model, and every word that you say to them can impact their lives significantly. So, it is up to you to measure your words, know what to say, and how to say it so that doesn't have a negative impact on your child. So in this video, I want us to highlight a few phrases that you should just erase from your vocabulary, especially when you are addressing your child. Number one, what is wrong with you? First of all, if this phrase is used in a gentle, compassionate way, when you can clearly see that your child needs help, it is a good thing. So your child is able to open up and share with you that something, whatever the problem they're having, and you can help them solve it. However, if you use this phrase in an annoyed and angry and disappointed tone, it comes off as though something is wrong with your child. So because they will not answer this question immediately, they carry it with them and internalize it, and they keep asking themselves what is wrong with them. So because of their limited knowledge and inexperience, they will come up with something that could be wrong with them. So they are like, oh, this is why mommy doesn't like me, so this is what is wrong with me, and it could adversely affect them, especially if they come up with something that actually means a lot to them. Number two, we cannot afford this, it is too expensive, or I don't know how we are going to pay our bills this month. Really, that knowledge is not for a child, because when you tell them such things, they develop a mentality that will stop them from growing. That you're simply telling them that we are poor and we can never afford this, we can never afford it. So they carry along their poverty mentality, and they are stuck there for almost their lives, until maybe they learn something else that changes their mentality. Also, the burden of your monthly bills and what you can afford and what you cannot afford, it is not up to you. Instead, you can let the child know that you will get something for them later, not at this time. But the issue of involving how you don't have money and how you're broke and how you don't like your job and how things are too much for you, it is not necessary at all. Number three, why can't you be more like your brother or your sister? This is the cause of all the sibling rivalry that there is. Because this child you're saying this to, they start comparing themselves with the other sibling. So they think that they are not good enough compared to the other sibling. And most times they think that you love the other one more than you love them. So this becomes a problem, and it can go on with them for the rest of their lives. Most people think that this sibling rivalry will end and they will outgrow it, but no, some never outgrow it, and it can lead to more fatal occurrences in future where they fight and they end each other's lives just because of a phrase that you kept saying to your child when they were little. So avoid such phrases. If you are really disappointed in your child, or you want them to improve on something, focus on what they do best, and then learn to improve that one, and then use it to motivate them to do something else that you think is good for them. Number four, I wish you were never born. As harsh as that sounds, some parents usually say it to their children, or I regret having given birth to you, or why did I even give birth to you? Such phrases, they can be adversely damaging to your child. You're simply telling them that they are worthless, they don't mean anything to you, you don't love them, and they will take these words with them, and they will start internalizing them and coming up with more other things that they think you feel for them. So they even get angry. That's why there are many cases of children committing suicide and all that. So it is important that if you are really, really angry and disappointed in your child, take time to cool down and then address the issue calmly. Don't rush to say words that you can never take back. Number five, I am disappointed in you. Although this is not as harsh as I wish you were never born or something like that, it has an effect in the growth of your child. It makes them feel guilty and ashamed, and can adversely affect their self-esteem. So Instead of being disappointed in your child, be disappointed in the behavior that they are exhibiting, and make it clear to them that it is not you that I am disappointed in, it is this behavior that is wrong and there is need for you to change it. So if they are in their teenage or in their preteen, they can easily understand what you're telling them, and you can help them develop other behaviors that are more pleasant. Number 6, you have done well, but. The moment you included that but, the doing well just ends there. So when you're using a compliment or you're praising your child, when you're using positive reinforcement, you don't need to include a negative one. For example, you have done well cleaning your room, but why don't you always do it like this? So you have congratulated them for cleaning the room, and then you watered it all down when you included the but. So this phrase usually makes the child feel like they'll never be good enough. So every time they're doing something, they'll be like, even mommy won't see it, even they won't appreciate it. And all they need is actually a real, genuine appreciation that shows that you're actually recognizing the steps they are taking into improving their lives. We have a video on how you can use praise and positive reinforcement to help develop your child's behavior, and you can see it from the link in the description. So if you have not watched that video, you can watch it there. But when you're using this positive reinforcement, or you're using praise to develop a child's behavior, or you're using praise on your child, it is important that you keep it at that praise and then let it go. Number 7, you are fat, or don't eat that, you'll get fat. You know, body shaming and labeling your child with negative adjectives can have a big impact on their lives and on their self-esteem. So if you are going to talk about a diet and what they should eat, or if you want to motivate them maybe to lose weight or something like that, why don't you just focus on the science behind the food, like explaining the benefits of each type of food and what they can eat and how it helps their body. That does much better than shouting to them, no, that one will make you fat, or something like that. So avoid body shaming them, avoid labeling them negatively. You know, someone can say, you're lazy, that's why you're fat. Such phrases can damage their self-esteem. Number 8, you're just like your mother or your father. You know, in some cultures or in some societies, there are stereotypes of who is superior to who should do what, who is the stupid one in a family. So the moment you use this phrase on your child, you are actually insulting both the parent and the child. And you are actually promoting stereotypes that are already there in that community. And those stereotypes are backward, because in a family, a mother can be more educated than a father. And doesn't mean that because your child is not passing in school, that they are stupid and they are like the other parent who is not as educated. So this phrase should be avoided in any circumstance. Don't allow yourself to utter such a phrase unless, even when you're praising, I don't feel like this phrase should be used anywhere, in any context, whether for positive or negative. It's really not clicking. It's not a good one to use at all. Number 9, don't be such a baby. Really, they are children. So a child needs to be allowed to express their feelings and emotions without feeling judged or invalidated or unsupported. So when your child is crying and throwing tantrums and all that, I know it can be really annoying and you can get very angry, but at that time it is a time to find ways to calm them down and make them know that you recognize their feelings. Because the moment you shout at them not to be such a baby, you're telling them that your feelings are invalidated. Now start behaving as an adult, suck it up, and this is life, cope with it as it is. But that is wrong. As a child, children, they need to feel your support as their parent. Number 10, I'm going to leave you and never come back. This phrase is incredibly harmful to your child. And this is because they need to feel that you will always be there for them. Whether you feel like it or not, they should know that they can count on you, they can rely on you because you're their parent. They can count on you, they can rely on you. So the moment you're telling them that you leave them and never come back, you induce a sense of insecurity to them. So they are feeling that you can actually leave them anytime and they're always anxious. So the moment they internalize this, they become anxious, every time worried that you may leave them, and they cannot even now count on you anymore. So they start fending for themselves, they start defending themselves. If they were children at school, you notice they are even becoming aggressive with other children, and in the long run you will have hurt them and you will have impacted their lives in a really negative way. So it is important as a parent to actually measure the words that you're saying to your child and be patient with your child, because parenting is not a destination. Once they are 10, you cannot now say, oh, you've grown, now you're on yourself. Every time, at every stage, they need your support in one way or another, and they need to know that they can count on you, they can rely on you, and negative words can actually hinder their growth, especially mentally. And in a society where mental health is becoming a real issue, it is important that we contribute in taking care of our children and reassuring them and using positive words on them, because words build them. One thing about words is that they don't die, they live on and on and on, and it is very difficult to forget words, hurtful words that someone said to you, even for this child, because these words will stick with them for the long run. Thank you very much for watching this video. I know all of us actually have been told phrases that have lived with you, and you can say for sure they impacted your life in some way. You can share them with us in the comment section, and if you are new here, please subscribe and share this video, like, comment, and let us know what you think about our content. Thank you very much. Bye.